We are the Chemical Syndicate.
And this is a Bat-Man podcast.
This week, episode 4, Prince
Plus Batman
equals Scandalous. Welcome, everyone, to the Chemical Syndicate. We're your hosts. I'm Shane.
I'm David.
And we are here once again to talk about the thing we love most.
Batman.
Batman.
The Batman.
A Batman.
He's Batman.
He's the Batman.
Pretty soon he will be.
Ah.
Come March 4.
Oh, yeah. Or probably by the time this gets released, you will people will have also seen the Batman.
Yes.
It's exciting. It's on its way. It's gonna be awesome. Or at least we hope it's awesome. Hopefully, it's not like the whole feeling that the Phantom Menace brought to certain fans once upon a time. But yeah. So today we're talking about Batman, the Prince album.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So hopefully y'all have had the opportunity since the last episode, since episode 3, to give this episode a listen.
I'm so excited about Prince.
Yeah, man. I mean, I've listened to this album at least 5 times in the last week or so, and in preparation. And I know you've done a little bit more.
I've been listening to it almost nonstop, since I don't know, for the last few weeks actually.
I'm not gonna I'm not to reveal all the deep secrets of what we do in our process here, but it's true. David's been listening to this nonstop. On the day that we came over to record the previous episode for the Batman, and he's already listened to it. I'm like, man, you're jumping. You're not jumping the gun. You're just enjoying the album. It's all good.
I'm enjoying my life, man.
I remember when we used to work together, and I'd hitch you a ride home here and there. I'd let you pick the music, and you picked the Batman album. My man. Of course, that's just our go. That's our go-to album to turn to.
Want to get the party started? Throw on some Batman.
Yeah. Just throw on we'll go over the track listing here in a quick minute, but it was just coming up with things to talk about. It's I want to talk about the Batman Prince album.
Yeah.
Because why not?
Why not, man?
That was a huge piece of the marketing for that movie.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so odd to have a huge artist like Prince and a huge movie like Batman to come together and make make a piece of art across kind of what is that synergy that they talk about, trying to get the music and the movie and just get a whole promotional firestorm whipped up to just kind of promote the Batman movie as much as they could, and it worked. Prince made a great album. They only really wanted a couple songs, didn't they?
Yeah, they wanted to also reuse some songs that he's already had, because Tim Burton was a big fan of his.
Yeah, and he was using Baby I'm a Star and some
1999.
Yeah, so Tim Burton came to Prince and was like, "Hey, I've put these songs in the movie. Can we use them?" And Prince was like, "How about I just make you an album?"
I've always joked that he just had an album prepared. That's right. He just had a premonition. He had a premonition that Warner Brothers is going to be approaching me.
So John Peters and Tim Burton come to Prince and they go, "Prince, we'd like you to make some songs." And he just pulls out a record from underneath the table, goes, "Here you are." And it's just already got the logo and everything. They haven't made the logo yet.
All right, take it easy there. You know that he had it descending from his ceiling of
smoke.
Smoke, purple smoke. Purple smoke was coming down.
Organ played somewhere from nowhere. There's no
some
speakers
Phantom
around.
Of the Opera. The album was descended, and he already had the artwork, even though it was probably exclusive that wasn't even publicized yet. The man was prepared. But I always like to joke that he was already prepared with a full album.
Says, "I give you Batman."
Give you Batman. That's kind of the funny thing about the whole thing is that it wasn't even just Tim Burton. I think was definitely a fan of his and wanted to feature his music. You know who else was a fan? Jack Nicholson.
Oh, nice.
Nah, to my understanding, he's not somebody I think that was avidly listening to every little thing. I would assume that maybe he just like heard 1989. He's like, I like that track. You should feature one of those songs in the movie.
Gets my toes tapping.
I mean, he had a lot of influence in the movie as it was already. So
Yeah.
to suggest like a musician to be featured in the movie was not going to go unheard because
Yeah.
it's Jack Nicholson.
What Jack wants, Jack gets.
He did negotiate one of the best contracts in movie history.
Yeah, man.
So, but I mean, a combination of like Tim Burton wanted to feature his music, and then you got Jack Nicholson supporting it. Boom, Prince is involved, but
Yeah.
he ain't putting in just some stuff he's done before. The man needs to make some money here. He wants to put out a new album. Dude,
He's got a vision. He's always got a vision. He's got to give you something new. He's got to overextend what he wants. No, you're not overextend, but he wants to give you more than what you wanted, you know?
Dude, this is at this time that it was released, it was his 11th studio album.
Wow.
And
His first one came out, what, 78 or 79 probably?
Yeah, like late 70s.
Yeah.
And I mean, to be that consistent, to be working all the time and all the way until he passed away back in 2016.
And there's still more in his vault. Like stuff we've never heard. Fully produced albums, full documentaries, concerts, videos, movies probably. All in the vault just cause.
I mean, to my knowledge, I think by the time he passed away, he had, at least while he was alive, he had released, I think, his like 42nd studio album.
Damn.
I could be off on that because maybe a couple of those may have came out after he passed away. But I just read 42, and I'm like, 42 studio albums, man, come on.
Yeah.
But that's cool. Prince being one of the hardest working, artists out there in the music industry is not a surprise.
Yeah.
I mean, even like this, I'm telling you that it's 1989. The man's releasing his 11th studio album, and it wasn't even supposed to be an album.
Right. Just supposed to be a couple songs.
But he's out there getting his creative juices flowing.
Yeah.
He was able to record this within 6 weeks.
Yeah.
So from like mid-February of 1989 all the way to March of 1989. And, this movie came out like 3 months later. This album was released just 3 days before the U.S. release of Bat-Man. It came out June 20th, 1989. So this dude, he only spent like, a month and a half in the studio producing a whole album, getting exclusive clips like sound bites from the movie.
Very
while
cool.
it's also in like production.
Yeah, they're still like editing it. They're still doing stuff, but he's got audio that he can splice into all these songs just to let you know, hey, if these songs aren't exactly about Batman, there's at least some quotes that I can put in there that work,
I mean, it's kind of smart. It's cool. I don't know if it's ever been done before at that time either. And I don't even think it's really something that's done that well to this day.
Yeah, I can't think of another movie that's come out that's had a specific album that goes with it. That's
That isn't like a musical.
Yeah, there isn't a musical or isn't just like a collection of a bunch of other artists. It's just
like a compilation album. Yeah, like a
I'm thinking of
compilation
Batman
soundtrack.
Forever or
Right.
Batman and Robin.
You know what comes to mind though is Black Panther with Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah,
And he had an assortment of other artists as well. Like
Okay.
I don't if I recall, I'd have to double check, but I don't think every track was involved him.
Okay.
But in the majority of the songs on there was his.
Yeah.
Or at least he had some involvement of curating. He essentially just ran that album.
Were they all like made specifically for Black Panther?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's the only and you're talking like something that's like 29 years after this movie came out that you
Right,
got something like that coming again. Because
Yeah.
outside of musicals, man, what other movie had that kind of stroke?
And even still, like that, it sounds like that one for Black Panther is still kind of a compilation of artists. Like you said, he's not on every track. Kendrick Lamar's not on every track. And
Right.
did he like produce or?
Yeah, like I know he curated. I know he produced.
Curated,
probably like the other artists that were involved.
Yeah.
I mean, the big one is like all the stars that featured SZA.
Okay, yeah.
And I mean, that's the big one. And then the rest, I know he had a huge part in. I know there was some other artists. I'm not, really, I haven't listened to that album enough as much as I should.
Yeah.
Because it's, for the first couple of listens to it, it's pretty dope. It's great.
Yeah.
I'm cool. I'm saying dope. But
I'm a cool guy. I say dope now.
but I can't think of any other movie that did the exact same blueprint that the Batman marketing did by somehow nabbing a major artist like Prince.
And Prince just happened to just be like, I like this movie. I like the things that it's kind of saying. Like, I don't know if he kind of, I feel like he grabbed onto certain themes, but not understanding the whole movie, or like maybe what they gave him was not a full movie. And so he got like, 20 minutes here of whatever they could assemble. And then, 20 minutes at the end or something like that. They probably didn't put it all together and just have him look at the movie. I think he just got it like in little bits.
Yeah. Like, from what I researched, it's like he was asked obviously to throw in some new tracks or some of his bigger hits like 99 and Baby.
Yeah, Baby I'm a Star.
Baby I'm a Star. And then he was supposed to make like maybe a couple original ones, but he had all that extra material that he made, and Warner Brothers just went with it.
Yeah,
and it's like that's I don't know, man. That is some energy right there.
Yeah.
That is some power. That's like a weird power move of like what an artist can do.
Yeah. I read this article that talked with his manager at that time, who also was the director of Purple Rain. So like at the time, Prince had actually come off of, I think it was the Sign of the Times tour and the Love Sexy tour. And those were like big productions, where the big sets, like pretty much you're going to see, it's like a big like play. It's like a theater piece, like the Sign of the Times tour. I think like they would build like this whole set that makes it look like it's in like an alleyway or like in a city kind of thing. So it was huge sets, big bands, performers, dancers, all this stuff. And Prince was like losing money, like almost going broke, because he was doing all this huge productions and stuff, putting on these great shows. They brought in the guy that directed Purple Rain to just take a look and see like what can we do to like stop from losing all this money. And one of his ideas was like we gotta like get stuff that is gonna like just obviously like bring money in, but Prince doesn't have to do a whole lot. Like creatively, he doesn't necessarily have to do a whole lot. And this thing kind of just landed in their lap. Batman, the producer just came to him, and this guy, Albert Magnoli, he was like, look, this is like perfect because you're going to get a lot of money for it, and you don't necessarily have to like do a whole lot. Like, there's songs that we have, and he obviously he wrote songs, but there's a lot of them are like songs that were already in existence or had in some stage of development, that he just kind of repurposed for Batman.
You had me at money.
So it was a win-win. It was something that he liked. He liked the movie.
He's actually legitimately, I think he is a fan of Batman.
He is. He apparently the first song that he learned to play on piano was the 1966 Batman theme. So
I mean, yeah, why not?
Yeah.
I know, it's fun. It's such a, I don't know, it's just nice how like a character like this, or like the pop culture of it all kind of brings full circle. This is like a full circle kind of moment, in a way.
Yeah, definitely. And it was just like one of those things where it was, I feel like it gave him like a boost into the 90s. And I think, I haven't like looked up the actual discography, but it feels like after this, his output, his creative output kind of wanes a little bit. There's some singles and stuff. There's some Cream and Get Off, like kind of our 90s hits. But for the most part, it kind of sags in the 90s. And I think Batman is probably his biggest album before he kind of becomes like the guy that was the guy in the 80s. He was an 80s.
The 90s musician. The 90s was not a pleasant decade for Prince.
Yeah,
especially went through the whole artist formerly known phase.
Yeah. And then
he had that resurgence though, kind of back in the 2000s, because it wasn't really even so much that he was putting out like a lot of new good music that were hits. Because I remember vividly in like the summer of 05. Mm-hmm. I want to date myself here, but I'm pretty sure it was either the summer of 05 or the summer of 04. He was in Milwaukee at Summerfest, I think, for like
Oh,
at
that's
the
right.
amphitheater.
Yeah.
Had that big tour. Because I think he did like dual album releases that year.
I think so. There was because his next, I feel like his next big album, like his big comeback album, was one called Musicology,
Yeah.
and I think that was that tour where he basically, you bought a ticket and your ticket also got you an album. Like you got a CD when you came in through the door. So that was a way for him to
That's
like
pretty cool, actually.
yeah, that was a way for him to sell his album and just get it out into a bunch of people's hands. And then he also just made a killer album. That's a really good album. And then that kind of put him back into like, oh yeah, that's right, Prince is great.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
from there he kind of wrote it from there in terms of just being kind of like the legend, you know.
Well, for me, being such an uncultured young man, not to also date myself again, I'm a new metal guy. I grew up listening to Korn, Limp Bizkit.
Shane did it all for the nookie.
Oh yeah, the nookie. So you can take that cookie and stick it up your
Yeah.
I'm not ashamed of it. It's just funny because it's like I did not know any better. But around that time frame, because of the fact that he's doing this big tour, my mom and my grandmother went to go see them.
Okay, yeah.
My grandmother. I gotta give my grandmother some props. Like she was into a lot of like funky stuff. Like she was into like a lot of diverse music. This
Yeah.
woman can listen to some oldies that she grew up listening to. To then getting into like a lot of the 80s stuff with like, Bruce Springsteen and Prince and anybody else. She was all over the place.
Wow.
Even, dude, this is what still blows my mind. And I gave her so much grief for this. When Twilight came out and that soundtrack came out, it was like a nice, it was a mix of different artists on there.
Yeah.
And she's like, listen, I came over to their house one time and she had just gotten the soundtrack on CD and she's listening to freaking Paramore. And I'm like, what in the world? Like, man, my grandmother, she was weird. I loved her to pieces, very fickle woman, but man, her music tastes were just all over the place. The only thing I couldn't get her into though was new metal or just metal in general. But for some reason, Paramore did it. But that's because, it's a vampire love story. There's something about that she was into.
It'd be funny if the day you came in and she was listening to that, she turned around, she had that like emo, like over the
my
emo
God.
haircut over the
Yeah.
over the eye. Shane,
God.
I'm sad today.
Sad emo nah. But her and my mom went to go to that Prince concert. And that's how I kind of started getting a little bit more into it. Now around that time I was kind of like trying to hunt down more soundtrack stuff that I wanted to get because I was working, so I was making real money that I could spend on myself. Selfishly, of course.
Disposable income.
That's right. I joined the market. Society needed me to spend money, and I wanted to also spend my money. I still want to spend my money. I like spending money. And I remember hunting down the soundtrack. Now, what I was hoping for is the Danny Elfman stuff.
Yeah.
But my naive dumbass was not
Saw
aware that there
saw
was
that
two.
bad symbol?
Yes. Oh, dude, that's what makes me a little bit salty about it. It's like, I don't know. It would have been cool just to have like a Princified kind of like, purple bat something.
Yeah.
Like on some of the more like the LPs and the vinyls that were released, like with Arms of Orion, that's got like a sweet purple bat oval symbol.
Nice.
I mean, anything that would have really differentiated. But for me, being the fool that I was as a teenager, I didn't recognize it as anything else other than, oh, cool, finally the soundtrack. I can hear, the Batman theme,
And you put it on.
Dun, 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 dun. Instead, I get,
I've seen the future and it will be. Wait a minute.
I've seen the future and it works. What?
What? It works. I mean,
I skipped the next track. Like, come on, where's the Batman theme?
yeah, man.
Got a fair warning to everybody here, right now. We should have done this early on, but David and I are not planning on paying for any of the rights to the music. We don't want to get sued. Therefore, we're probably going to be doing some of this ourselves. And, well, I mean, if you like us, it's nice. If you don't or whatever, it's done very poorly and understandable. So, just fair warning.
We may break out into song at any moment.
A lot.
Yeah.
At any moment.
And hey, if you want to, you can give us the electric chair for all our future crimes, okay?
All our future crimes.
I'm guilty.
For all our future crimes.
Oh, man.
Dude, it's not even. We're not even there yet.
Not even there yet.
We're not even there yet. I can't even. But dude, yeah, I buy the album, and I was just so salty about it. Like, what am I gonna do with this album? I just kind of threw it to the side for so long. And then I don't know, like something switched, and it was Purple Rain, the movie.
Oh, okay.
That's how I became a Prince fan. Was that movie?
Yeah.
I remember watching it. It was on like Cinemax or HBO. It was on, what my parents sprung for the cable movie channels, and it was on. It was on. I'm watching it, and I'm just like, I'm kind of like, I'm folding my arms, like crossing my arms right now. I'm just like, I'm watching this. My mom's got it on. She's not really paying too much attention. She's seen this movie a bunch.
Yeah.
And me, I'm like, what is going on? What is up with this? This is so weird. I don't understand anything about this, but yet I can't stop watching.
Why is the kid so weird?
He just sings Purple Rain, and just like, oh, this is really cute. I feel this song. I like Purple Rain now. And
bawling by the end of it.
I'm kind of emotional. I forget that it's When Doves Cry.
Yeah.
And the whole montage with his dad and everything.
Yeah.
I'm like, come on, that's getting me.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a very different movie that I've ever seen at that point in my life.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like the first time I watched Clerks. What is this? This is interesting. Like finally my eyes are opening up to the art of the world.
Right.
And somehow, some way, that was my introduction to Prince. I mean, like I've heard Party Man. I watched the Batman '89 movie a million times.
Yeah.
So I know like the main songs are featured in there.
Yeah.
But I never cared.
Right.
So I thought even back then, I'm like thinking these still feel out of place. Now it's like that's the movie, man. It's
perfect. They're perfect.
Yeah, it's perfect. Or maybe I don't know. It is what it is.
It's funny that Batman movie. When I watched it when I was a kid, I didn't think anything about those Prince songs. I didn't really know anything about Prince. I did know the song "Get Off" and "Cream" because my brother had the singles cassette tapes, and I would listen to those and I'd be like, I like these songs. But I didn't really know much else about Prince. And then when I got back into Batman and stuff when I was older, I rewatched Bat-Mania '89, and by this time I was playing guitar and I was really into Prince now. And that Party Man scene comes up that in the theater or in the museum, and I was like, God damn, this is perfect. This is like everything I love.
Out of any of the songs off the album, I mean, I'm gonna go on a limb early on here and say like Party Man's the one that fits the most in the scene that it's featured in.
Definitely, man. Party Man is such a great song for the Joker because it's exactly the feeling that Jack Nicholson's Joker gives you, as like he's wild, he's laughing, it's a little scary, like it could tip over into too much party,
And I'm jumping a little bit ahead here, but there's a reason for that, and that's because Jack Nicholson inspired the song for Prince.
I actually have a quote here. Let me see if I can find it. So Prince made Party Man after he met Jack Nicholson because Jack Nicholson came off like a party man too. He just thought he was so cool. It says when Prince met Jack Nicholson, this is a quote. Prince says, "He just walked over, sat down, and put his foot up on a table. Real cool. He had this attitude that reminded me of Morris Day." And there was that song, Party Man. That was in an interview, I guess, to Rolling Stone in 1990.
Yeah. It's kind of funny you bring that up because he did an interview like a couple years after that. Not to kind of step away from Party Man. We'll be coming back to Party Man. We're far from done, man. Guys, we're just getting started here because we got to run down this list of these dope songs, man. But, dude, so get this. Apparently, for some reason, at one point, and the album was originally supposed to be a collaboration between Prince and Michael Jackson.
What a collaboration that would have been, man. I think people have been looking for that. That
would have blown things even deeper out of the water. It's nuts. Like, I guess the idea was going to be that like Michael Jackson would represent Batman and Prince would be the Joker, which that feels correct.
Feels right. Prince would have been Joker, and he would have done like funky party songs, and then Michael Jackson was supposed to be singing like ballads and stuff, and represented Batman and the romance between Batman and Vicky. That would have been something. I don't know if it would have been as good as what we got.
I don't know, man.
It could have been pretty good.
I think it would have been about, okay, I think the Prince portion of it would exist the way it does.
Yeah.
But you can't deny that, I mean, MJ didn't really stop making good music, per se. Even up until his passing, it's like, he had a couple, like, even like in his later years when he slowed way down, like, he still busted out some, like, you knew it was Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
You're listening to his new stuff, whether or not you're going to praise it to the same levels of, like, Thriller or Billie Jean. But, you know, it's still something where it's like, it still sounds good because it's MJ. And I feel like his involvement in Batman, especially at that time, like the second half of the 80s, or even just in general, the entirety of the 80s into the early 90s, you know, Michael Jackson was doing a ton of theatrical work with his music.
Yeah.
Moonwalker.
Right, yeah.
Moonwalker was an event. Like, Joe Pesci's in it. He plays the bad guy. I mean... but stuff like that. So I mean, it feels like that's he's not bullshitting. I mean, I'm pretty sure like this is 2001. MJ was still alive. He probably would have gone out there and said, "No, I wasn't."
Yeah.
But I mean honestly, I think it would have enhanced it. It's not needed considering what we ended up obviously 30 some odd years later.
Yeah.
You know, it's still a success. It's still something at that time too that was like his last major selling album of sorts.
Right.
So you can't take away that either way it was a success. But MJ being added to it probably would have just been overboard. It would have been like, how much more money can you guys make?
Too much success.
Yeah, this is too much. And the movie was already big. Everything else about it was just huge.
Yeah, I was going to say it might have overshadowed the movie too, you know?
Possibly.
Yeah.
Maybe not. I think it would have enhanced.
That Bat-Mania in 89 was, I guess, huge, you know?
I always every once in a blue moon get stuck on like either a YouTube wormhole or just in general an internet wormhole where I like to look up like what Bat-Mania was like. When I was working for the theater, my old GM that I worked with, he had been in the industry for pretty much his first summer was the summer of '88. Or no, it was the fall of '88 that he started, but he worked through, you know, Bat-Mania. Yeah. I just asked him a bunch of, like, when we first met, I just asked him questions, like, so what was I like, man?
Yeah.
Working at a theater during Batman '89 getting released and all these promotional, materialistic marketing things that they did. Yeah. But no, it's just always funny because I just like getting stuck on talking about Bat-Mania. and that's something I'm sure we'll be touching on forever because there's nothing. I mean, there's just nothing that could top how insanely popular Batman became in 1989. Crazy. But all part of that was the Prince Batman album. It's nuts. The album itself was certified platinum in the U.S. 2 times.
Wow. Twice over.
As well as it went platinum in the UK, Spain, France, everywhere else in the rest of the world went gold. Hey, what's wrong with you, world? We don't like it as much as us. We liked it twice.
Think you're better than us?
Huh? And of course, with that being said, I mean, it was just number 1 in the U.S., number 1 in the UK, and various other countries. I mean, this album, man, it exceeded.
It did what it was supposed to do.
It did exactly what it was supposed to do, and it's just
bring that Bat-Mania fever up to a fever pitch, I guess. You know,
I think the release, you know, considering it got released like 3 days before the U.S. release, I think that was a huge good timing because, like, imagine
you getting little clips of like the audio.
Yeah,
you're getting like, oh my god, this is like a party album. This is like super exciting, you know.
I think of too like the accessibility of like little things like that. I mean, just remember like when the trailer got released, the teaser. People were just buying tickets to go see the movie just to watch the teaser trailer and then just leave.
Yeah. Imagine you buy an album and you're getting chunks of dialogue in there. Be like, oh, what? Go with a smile. What does that mean? That's
like imagine trying to piece together the movie storyline just off of the sound bites that was used for the music. Yeah. It's kind of weird, but it had to play a huge part of that, why people wanted to buy it, because of the curiosity.
Yeah. Who's Lawrence? Lawrence? Let's broaden our minds.
Vicky's waiting. What's she waiting for? Lemon Crush.
I don't know Batman was into lemons.
And crushing them.
He likes iced tea a lot, I guess.
Above all else, though, man, the Bat Dance, though, is just... the music video, I think, came out well ahead of the movie, though, right?
Oh, did it? I don't know.
That part I didn't check,
Okay.
but I mean, come on, it's just I don't know. Like I said, it's all part of Warner Brothers' grand plan with the marketing for that movie. You know, the album, the toys, the shirts,
Yeah.
anything they could sell.
Yeah.
And music. Yeah, considering that Warner Brothers has obviously their own, studio, their own music studio. They have contract with Prince. It's
Yeah.
like what a combo.
Yeah.
What a brilliant plan. And,
Yeah.
it's still nuts to think about that the Batman '89 movie was as popular and as like the anticipation was just so wild.
Yeah.
And this is 1989. Like Ghostbusters 2 came out that year. Indiana Jones and Last
Yeah,
Crusade
Last
came out
Crusade was
that
out.
year, and the rest. But dude, let's break it down.
Yeah.
Let's
get
break
into
it down. Let's do the track listing here.
Yeah.
Because, so funny enough, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go down the track listing, and I'm also gonna let you know which ones were featured in the movies and which one, or in the movie, and which one was not.
Yeah.
You might be pleasantly surprised, or not, or who cares?
Also, apparently, if you got the album, the liner notes, each song is attributed to either Batman, Joker, or Vicky Vale, or Bruce Wayne.
Yeah. Oh.
So each song has their own who's supposed to be singing it, or who's
Who's this
about
represent?
or represent. Yeah.
Do you
so
actually? I
I
don't
have-
have that part down.
I have some of it.
Okay.
I have most of it, but there's a couple that I didn't find. But I think we can guess who they're supposed to be.
Right. Well, let's start off. Track number 1, man, is "The Future."
Attributed to the Batman.
The Batman. Hey, Eckhart, think about the future. That's. I mean, not so much him saying, "Hey, Eckhart, think about," but the future, the future.
Yeah.
That's Jack's voice.
Yeah. And in this song, the very beginning, you get the introduction of Batman. You get the
What are you?
yeah. And
I want you to tell your friends.
I
about
want you to tell all your friends about me. There's because Prince was given a rough cut of the movie, so he had audio that wasn't finished, and it was audio from takes that were like taken from the set, so they weren't ADR'd. So it's not all the lines that we hear is or are the ones that are in the movie
that make the cut.
Yeah. So this this version of Michael Keaton saying that I want you to tell all your friends about me, I'm Batman, is different. It's like from that day, and you can actually hear him like struggling with the actor because like obviously he's grabbing the actor and like jostling him, and
Hey, don't jerk me around.
but he's grabbing him, and the guy's supposed to be kind of fighting with him, and so you can hear him like when he says I want you to tell all your friends about me. He's got a little waver in his voice, a little vibrato because he's like still like exerting himself. But that goes away when he's able to actually do some ADR and re-record the line afterward. And he also hasn't nailed the voice down yet. His voice is a little higher. It's like a little closer to.
He's not really trying the Batman voice.
Yeah. And so it's really interesting to see like, okay, this is where he was at like that day when they were filming. Like he didn't quite have the voice, or maybe he just figured I'm going to be redoing these lines so I don't have to burn out my voice by going low. And then when he ADRs the line, when he records it later, that's where he really gives it the lower register and differentiates it from his Bruce Wayne voice.
Yeah, no, it was fascinating, and I did not realize that until recently when you brought it to my attention. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm a fool.
How could I have been so stupid?
Then again, there's another like groundbreaking thing I discovered about that movie like a year ago that blew my mind, and I texted you or called you like right away. I'm like, I gotta tell somebody about this. I gotta tell everybody about it. But I'll reveal that for another time. Let y'all try and discover it too if you can. So the future though is featured pretty early on in the movie. It's with the scene the family on the streets of Gotham trying to call a cab down, and
some punks listening to the radio, I think. Right?
I've seen the future and I will be. Oh, it will be. I've seen the future and it works. Oh, did I mention to everybody I'm bad with lyrics? Did I already do that? Listen to music all my life and I can't remember them to save my own damn life. Let me tell you, I'm bad at karaoke. So
And the words are right there.
I know, but I'm still bad with it. I'm just bad with the timing.
Born in the USR. Oh, sorry. Well, I'll get it next time.
The USR.
Born in the America. Fuck.
Come on, gotta give me some cred. I try. That is a song I struggle with though. Next up, we got Electric Chair.
Oh, actually, before we move on,
before
to talk about the future.
let's talk about the future.
You ain't got no future, Jack.
You're an A1 nutball.
Prince, wrote songs, but they're not necessarily like songs about the plot of the movie.
Right.
But they are about kind of the themes of the movie, or at least the themes that Prince thought of in the movie. I feel like Prince really grabbed onto the idea of like justice, crime, good and evil, party man. And so like in this particular song, it really reminds me of like stuff that he would talk about in like maybe 1999, where it's like kind of apocalyptic kind of stuff about like, or maybe the song Sign of the Times, where it's talking about stuff that's like bad in society and how you can maybe make yourself better or try to do good in a world that's bad, which fits with exactly what Batman does. He's trying to do good in a world that's bad,
I see the future and it works. And it works. And it works. That's cool. It's just like he got to see the damn movie before anybody else.
Yeah.
And he got to make the music based on that.
Yeah, man.
Imagine, God, that guy must have watched it like 100 times. And that's like after he made the album after his first 3 viewings.
He has one line in here that I think is kind of cool. He says, "Hollywood conjures images of the past." And I thought maybe after watching it, he was probably like, it looks like a 40s gangster movie.
Yeah.
And so he's like, just thinking like Hollywood is bringing up images from the past, from golden age of movies. I think that's kind of cool.
That's a shoot, brother.
Yeah, I'm shooting on you.
He's shooting on Hollywood. Yeah, no, it's fascinating that he really put a lot of thought into it. And once again, that's just the credits of like who Prince was as an artist.
Yeah.
And as a
firing
lyricist.
on all cylinders,
Yeah, like he was not slacking.
Yeah.
Like this is one of those projects where you've got an artist and he's not lazy about it.
Yeah,
he
didn't have to do it this good,
he didn't have to do a whole album.
Yeah.
He didn't have to make new music. He could have just made a payday off of featuring 1999 and Baby I'm a Star.
Yeah.
And like that would have been it.
Yeah.
Like he could have just collected some checks there and that's it. But
he's creative. He wants to make music. He's got a ton of music that might not even find a home on anything. And he's like, you know what? Why don't I just take this stuff and they want songs? I'll give them some songs, man.
Yeah. It's fascinating. It really is. I mean, as we kind of continue to go on, it's like you'll just learn how like diverse and deep like the man's pool of creativity went down. But following the future, we've got Electric Chair.
Electric Chair.
Are you still with us?
Anybody? They're all gone now.
For all my future crimes,
I'm guilty.
Guilty. For all my future crimes. Dude, so this was featured in the background during the charity ball, like the second part of that when they were like doing all the gambling and everybody's like Robert Wool and Knox and Vale are they're walking around doing their thing.
Yeah, Bruce Wayne's got some good taste in music, man.
Are you sure? I mean, I'm just saying, like, are you sure it's his? I mean, I don't know if he curated the playlist for.
I think it was Alfred,
or he's got a DJ. I probably would have hired a DJ. Somebody fresh. Get me somebody fresh.
I'll call Prince, sir.
He did. He did. He's fucking Wayne.
Look at that. If you just look to the right, Prince is playing.
What was so funny about like the Michael Keaton's like portrayal of Bruce Wayne is he's just so aloof to like being Bruce Wayne and trying to keep up that facade. So yeah, maybe he hired Prince. He just like who do we got? Prince. Oh, that's cool, man.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Hey guys, do you need anything? He's talking to Prince.
Yeah.
Do you guys need anything? No. All right.
Yeah, and the Revolution, they're just
you want me to open up some cases of champagne, like what, five, six?
Yeah. Yes.
Case for me and the revolution.
Oh man, but so electric chair. I should probably really also give some additional foresight to how I got deeper into enjoying this album as it is, and that's not to be so cheesy and sentimental, but it's thanks to you, David.
Hey.
I I listened to it. I appreciate a few of the songs that were that I already knew of, and just kind of really try to strengthen on that.
Yeah.
But being friends with you, and you're a musician, you've got a lot of taste and a lot of different styles that I never really dived into at the time.
Yeah.
Prince being kind of like somebody that you in a sense helped me kind of get a little bit deeper into.
Yeah.
Respectfully, I mean,
Nice, yeah.
I can appreciate Purple Rain. I can appreciate a lot of the stuff that he did in the '80s that
Yeah.
made him a megastar. But like kind of like years later, as we get to hang out, share our love of like common interests such as Batman and comics and anything else. But like you being a musician, you having a deep love of music the way that you do, and you've got really good taste. If I may be so
Thank you.
courteous to say so.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, you're very welcome, buddy. I thank you. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here talking about Prince and the Batman album. But we would hang out, and every once in a while, you'd want to put it on, and I'd be like, yeah, I guess we can put it on. I wasn't really thinking much of it.
Yeah.
And just the more and more that we would put it on and play it, the more
Yeah.
I'm just digging it. And I'm like, obscure tracks like Electric Chair, like it's not a
Yeah.
heavily featured song in the movie at all. It's
no.
literally the lightest background noise.
Yeah.
And I'm like, whenever I rewatch the movie, and I'm like, oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Like there's
Yeah.
some tracks on this album where it's
Totally.
like it's in the movie.
The Future and Electric Chair, I didn't know were in the movie when I was younger. Even like when I started watching the movie, and I don't know if maybe because I was watching a VHS version of the movie. Even after like
I would
DVDs
imagine,
came out,
you
I was
know-
watching this VHS version of it. I don't know.
I would imagine that you and I aren't exactly growing up with like the most I guess
Yeah, state of the art.
state of the art
Yeah.
technology, home entertainment
Yeah.
systems where we got surround sound, we
Yeah.
can hear everything
Yeah.
that's in the movie that we've never heard of before.
Yeah.
I mean, now we're adults, we can afford that crap, and we got we're
Yeah.
bougie now. We got
Living the high life.
hear it.
And I think too a lot of it was I would put Batman on to go to sleep because it would be like something I could like put on. I would know exactly what's coming up, and I could like kind of play it in my head while my eyes are closed, and it would kind of like help me drift off to sleep. And I think I would have the volume low, so I just wouldn't hear that stuff. But when I one day I put it on to actually watch it, and after having known some of these songs too, I was like, oh damn, that's the future. And then like when they're at the party, I'm like, holy shit, they're playing Electric Chair here.
It's funny because it's like, I mean, definitely as a kid, I'm not watching this movie for the music.
Right,
I'm watching
You
it
wanna
for
see
Batman. I want to watch Batman.
Yeah.
I want to watch Batman punch Joker and stuff. And but yeah, like as the more like we got to hang out, the more like all of a sudden the album just became like one of our go-tos from when
Yeah.
we're driving, doing trips and whatnot. And it's like, yeah, let's put the Batman album on. It's like, cool. I'm growing appreciative of like a track like Electric Chair, which is not it's not even like in my top 3
Yeah.
of my rankings of this album, but it's still something I enjoy now. It's like, yeah, I'll bust out some Electric Chair. I don't know. It's a dope track. If you guys haven't heard it yet, why are you not? Like, you should be pausing right now this episode every once in a while to listen to like the songs we're talking about. I'm
Yeah.
just saying. Not to be so demanding of our audience here, but it would behoove you to do such a thing. Behoove. But yeah, dude, like Electric Chair being featured, and kind of one of the earlier kind of scenes of the movie,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's a great track. It's fun, and it's just so weird that it's in like I said, you discover new things when you rewatch these movies.
Yeah.
Little
Again,
nuances, and that's one of them.
talking about like the themes of the movie too.
Yeah,
There's a line in the song that says, if a man is guilty for what goes on in his mind, then give me the electric chair for all my future crimes. And it's
I'm making a face, by the way.
Ooh. But that's another thing that it can be, and this particular song is written from the perspective of the Joker, according to the liner notes. And so if you think about it, like, Joker might be thinking of Batman, like, if you're gonna, if I'm guilty for what's going on in my mind, and you're kind of doling out justice based on what you think our crimes, which are crimes. He murders people. But Joker murders people. But, Joker just wants to have a good time, basically. And so, it's kind of the thing of like, just come on and get me, almost like, Joker standing in the street while, Batman is taking the bat plane to him. And he's like, come on, you gruesome son of a bitch. It's that kind of thing of like, come on, just put me in the electric chair for all my future crimes right here.
Yeah.
It's here, or nothing,
Yeah, it probably would have been nice if they would have like maybe relocated the song in a different, regard. If that, because it would have been cool, like if each of these songs kind of represent one of the main characters or focal points of the story.
Yeah.
Like, because that's playing during a scene. There's no Jack at all. There's no Jack Nicholson.
no
there's
Joker,
no Jack Napier. There's no Joker.
Yeah.
So it's just played in the background just to throw it in there. I mean, I don't know what the
party scene,
right.
Some kind of fun music.
No idea what the contract was for like how much these songs needed to be featured in the movie, but I mean, it's in there, and it's cool. That's a really cool, because based on the lyrics alone, it's like it's dope, and it's like to connect that with the theme of the Joker. It's like perfect. So.
Yeah, definitely.
Next up, we got The Arms of Orion with Sheena Easton, which is not featured in the movie.
No, it's not. Nowhere in the movie, is it?
No, not at all.
Not even in the credits.
No, not at all. And, I mean, it's not even... out of all the songs on this album that I do enjoy, this is not one I enjoy. And I think we talked about this.
Yeah, man. This one had to grow on me, because I too was like... When I first started listening to the album, I would always skip this one. Like, it would start with soft piano and strings and stuff, and I'd be like, all right, whatever. I got to get to the party songs, man. That's what I want to hear, the funk.
Make it funky.
Make it funky. But now I've really started to enjoy it, and the cheesiness of it is what I really like,
It hasn't hit me yet still. I've been trying to because that's like one I consistently did not pay attention to or care about, because it just does not hit me. It still doesn't. It has not. I mean, I get it in a way, but I can't.
Yeah.
And that, I mean, I guess that's okay. Not every song's a banger, but I mean, like, this is the one for me that's at the bottom of the list here.
And like, I guess like part of me is thinking it fits in with the song.
Don't worry about that.
Is Prince here?
Batman?
Prince? Batman?
Batman?
Party man?
Just things falling apart. For context, just things falling around.
Our studio's falling apart right now.
Not like this.
But the song kind of fits in with the idea of Bruce not being able to tell Vicky who he is. He can't be with her in the way that he really wants to be. That they're separate and they're longing for each other. The conceit of the song is supposed to kind of be Sheena Easton. I read an interview with her. She talked about the idea of two lovers that are apart and looking up at Orion, and even though they're apart, they are together because they're both looking at the constellation Orion, and they want to be in the arms of Orion together. Or they are actually in the arms of Orion together, because Orion can fit all of Earth in his arms. So, right? Doesn't that make sense?
Yeah, first and foremost, I don't like astrology. Let's never talk about that again. How dare you? You know I don't do astrology. Do I look up in the sky every night? No.
Got my head down.
I keep my
in
head
the dirt,
down to earth, where it belongs. But that is fascinating. It's a lot of thought that's put into the music, which is great. Once again, even with Sheena, Easton's involvement, that's clever and it's thoughtful. And once again, you're kind of combining the, like with Prince, and I mean, obviously he's curating and putting all this together. He's creating the music and working with her. But it's definitely just, once again, a testament to the fact that there's themes, there's a story to tell, and they're trying to keep it, they're trying to coincide it with this movie, which is just, it's a good goal to have.
Prince is trying to make it work, Even if it's not like exactly like when you get deeper into the lyrics, like there's stuff that doesn't apply like to the song. I mean, this is a very tenuous relation to the actual story.
I mean, let's just be very forward at this point. All of the stuff is out of place for a Batman movie.
Yeah, it is, man.
Let's just be real here.
Yeah.
None of this. ideally would belong in a Batman movie.
But this is Batman '89, man.
It's Batman '89, man, dude. That was a way of life, man. That was a
Yeah.
different times, man.
Yeah. I'll say that Arms of Orion is attributed to Bruce and Vicky. So this is a Bruce Wayne and Vicky Vale duet.
Yeah.
So
They banged.
they bang, man. First date.
First date, dude.
He's got that animal magnetism because he's a bat.
He's a bat. But I do have the 12-inch vinyl. For
You do?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a completionist, when I collect things.
I hate the song, but I love the vinyl.
Yeah, dude. I don't have a huge vinyl collection, but
But Arms of Orion is your star piece.
not really. Actually, the album itself is really the prize piece because they haven't repressed it or anything like that.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And I'm not really.
You're sitting on a gold mine right now.
Yeah. I'm not like flush with cash per se. I mean, where I divert my expenses.
Yeah.
And vinyl isn't necessarily where I pour a lot of my money into collecting.
Yeah.
But I do have a wish list or a goal list, so to speak, and the majority of the Prince like vinyl records for this movie is what I've tried to go out and complete.
Yeah.
I think I'm only missing like maybe one or two things. Like I think I'm only missing Scandalous. But I've got Party Man, I've got Bat Dance, I've got Arms of Orion, and I've got the Prince Batman album. And the Prince Batman album I've got too on vinyl is it's not even like the actual per se like album that was for sale. It's the demo that was given to I think like the stores to play.
Oh, okay.
And I guess I just got lucky and bought it off of somebody who was selling it. It's in good shape, and I've got the Batman album, and it has
All
like a
right.
very light, like kind of like sticker on the front on like the very top. It's very subtle.
Yeah.
Like I didn't see it in the picture. It wasn't until I got them. I'm like, oh, it's a demo, but it's a full album. It's in good shape. It's good looking.
That's cool.
So I'm like, oh, cool.
Maybe it makes it even more rare,
I think I'm not too worried about that per se, but I am happy to have it because it's like I just wanted to have it on vinyl, and they haven't repressed it or anything like that. So, I do have the Arms of Orion. That is the thing. Even though
That's where I wanna be.
On to the next fun one here. This is the one right here. This is the one. Party Man.
Party man.
Party Man. Rock the party like nobody can. Rules and regulations.
No place in this nation.
Party Man. A case in point about how bad I am with lyrics. It's like a week ago or 2 weeks ago. I'm singing this to you. And I'm like, rules and regulations. No prejudice, nation. And you're like, there's no place in this nation. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Don't bullshit me.
Think I don't know these lyrics. There's no prejudice nation.
Oh, I'm so fucking bad at lyrics, man. I am bad at music. I don't get it. I just don't get it. I mean, I'm bad at a lot of things, but this is the one I feel the most ashamed of.
I mean, if I can be real with you,
Yeah.
I didn't know it was No Place in This Nation until I looked at the lyrics. For the longest time, I thought it was like, I didn't even really know what it was. I thought it was like, The Patient is Waiting. Or something.
That feels way more off than mine.
Yeah.
You could have held that over my head for a long time, dude.
Hey, man. I gotta let you know.
You're a good friend, David. Party Man it's in the movie, clearly. We've talked about it.
Man.
It's featured during the art museum vandalizing scene where the Joker and his crew go and, gas everybody up.
Exactly.
And start destroying all that beautiful artwork and have a good time. They're just having a party.
Let's broaden our minds.
Lawrence? I can't even do the beats, but it's just it's so great. It's just that's pure Nicholson having a good day at work.
Yeah. I love that part in that scene when he does that, like there's that statue of the person,
he's like mimicking the statue,
and then he just like knocks it off the thing. And I also think it's kind of funny too that Jack Nicholson talks about that being like the thing that got him into like thinking the Joker's a really bad guy because he goes and like destroys all this art because it's like Jack Nicholson's a big like art guy. And it's
That's
like
funny.
Not the fact that he murders everybody in the in the museum. It's that he defaces a bunch of art.
You can excuse murdering people, but you draw the line at defacing artwork.
This guy's a real monster.
He has to be stopped at all costs. Where's Batman? And honestly, I think that's why the guy got cast as the Joker.
Yeah. He's a sociopath.
He is a pure sociopath, man. Oh, it's great. It's such a great scene, and the song. Now that's like, to me, that's the song that fits purely within this movie. And I mean, for goodness sakes, I mean, we've talked about it earlier. Like, Prince was inspired by Jack Nicholson being so cool as Morris Day, not Jerome.
It's cool as Morris Day, man.
Morris Day, bro. Dude, I mean, I don't know, man. Like I said, you could just tell that Nicholson and the crew. I mean, you look at the guys who are playing the goons. They almost look like a tad uncomfortable doing what they're doing for a moment.
Yeah.
Until, I don't know. I'm not sure who's like there on cast, like saying like, guys, it's okay. Just paint that sculpture with the red hair,
yeah.
or I'm sorry, with the green hair, and
Yeah.
like, dude, just slap that painting. Like,
Yeah.
slap. And, like, just
Doing the ballet, the guy doing the ballet dancing, and painting the ballet dancer. Yeah.
I mean, it's just like, guys, go nuts. I mean,
This is a party.
You have to imagine
man.
that they're like, okay, I want you to just destroy this painting.
Yeah.
And they're like, right, we have one take on this, right? And he's like, yeah, just do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Do whatever you want. Just, here's music playing.
Yeah.
Go nuts.
Exactly.
So, I mean, it's just like, it's got to be a fun day of shooting. Yeah, imagine that is one day's worth of work right there.
Yeah, at least.
Just defacing artwork all day.
Yeah, man. The $1 bill. And spray paint the dollar sign on it.
Actually, and then the one with all the gruesomeness on it.
Yeah,
he's like,
the Francis Bacon one.
I kind of like this one.
I kind of like this one. But like you had said, this is such a great pairing of the song and the scene. Amazing. It's the one that when I rewatched it after having gotten into Prince and gotten back into Batman, I'm just like, all right, this is just combining two things that I love too much, man. This is way too good. Yeah, it's great, man. And obviously on the album, this is a Joker song.
You don't say.
Yeah.
Surprise. What if this was a Vicky Vale song?
Prince also made a music video for this one.
Yeah.
Pretty good music video, man. I really like it. I watched, there's a 7-minute version of the song that again is like a different mix of the song that has like different parts in it, different vocals that are added to it and stuff. But the premise of the song is there's a party and there's all these people in masks that are like have like in like these half masks, so like half their face is showing, half their faces in like that white mask that Jerry Hall is that who it is?
Yeah, the Jack's girlfriend.
Yeah, the video is party going on. All the kind of promo, or I should say, this and the Bat Dance video have this duality thing going on in it. So Prince is like made up to have half like a Joker face and half his regular face, and all these people at the party have half masks where it's like half white, just white plastic mask, and then half their own face.
He's got a name. It's Gemini.
Gemini.
I've got that sweet pin of it too.
Nice. And they're having a party. It's like a fine regular party. Has like a tank with like a woman as a mermaid like swimming in it. And Prince comes in with like his squad of all these guys in like Joker suits. And they mention like the party man is the new king in town. And then he goes into the song and starts like doing all this stuff and basically causing like a bunch of mischief here at this party. And he's kind of like getting the party like more riled up. And there's like a moment where like you see him like take like a little bottle out and he takes a drink out of it and then kind of puts that away and switches it with another bottle and then like spikes the mermaid tank. And so everybody sees him drinking like the one bottle and are like, all right, hey, he just like put alcohol into the mermaid tank, so they start dipping their drinks into this mermaid tank. And throughout the video, he gets into some mischief here. Some of the highlights of the mischief that he gets into is he gives a banana to a chimp in a Batman shirt, and when the chimp opens up the banana or peels the banana, it's actually a corn on the cob with the word "psych" written in it.
Oh, that poor monkey. Come on. You can't just tease the guy like that.
He gives an exploding cigar to somebody. Classic.
As one does.
Classic prank.
Classic.
He throws a girl out of the party who's wearing a Batman tank top and roller skates and rolls up to him and says, nobody can beat Batman. Knocks her ass out of the party. But
throws the
throws
monkey
her
gets to stay, though.
Monkey gets to stay, man.
Yeah, the monkey's cool.
That monkey's cool, man.
Plus, he took the joke like the champ.
Yeah, he didn't get sore about it. Another thing he does is he lights a cigarette for a Jessica Rabbit looking woman with like a blowtorch. You know that thing that a Joker uses to light the candles? It's like kind of something like that. You get a shot from the back of her head, and it just like a big flame goes up and basically like singes her hair, and her face is all like
what
charred.
A trickster!
A trickster, man. And then his biggest prank is he poisons that mermaid tank and kills everybody at the party.
Wow, that ended. That was a dark ending.
Yeah,
but it's also very much in line with Joker. So
that's the party man for you.
Gotta love it, man. Gotta love it. I know the Party Man vinyl I picked up is this. I think it's the extended version of the.
Okay.
It's like two different Party Mans. I think it's maybe the regular one and then like an extended remix of that.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. Like, I'm pretty sure I've seen the music video. I must have, but I definitely didn't watch it in advance of this episode. I figured you were gonna have more fun on that one. But
yeah, it's great. If we're talking about going back to like trying to relate it to the movie, not only is it great in that scene, but it adds to Joker's chaos. The lyric that we were talking about before, rules and regulations, no place in this nation. That's Joker. Chaos, man.
Party Man, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's no greater track to represent the essence of Joker.
Yeah.
I mean,
especially Jack Nicholson's Joker.
Oh, yeah. Especially that. That's crazy, but that's awesome. Any more thoughts on that one?
No. That's kind of everything.
Oh, man. Okay, guys. You have a second to go pause and listen to Party Man.
And go watch that video.
Welcome back.
Hey, guys.
All right, guys. Next up, Vicky Waiting.
Still I keep Vicky waiting.
It's also featured in the movie, actually, in the background during the charity ball as well.
Oh, that's
the first
right,
part
yeah.
of it, yeah.
Yeah.
Once again, didn't notice it at all my whole
Never
life
noticed
until recent year or two of just
Yeah.
rewatching that movie again and like, oh yeah, Vicky Waiting, okay.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Like those. Here I am in Gotham City.
This one has, I think, the most direct references to the movie. All is well in Gotham City.
Just name dropping Gotham,
Just
dude.
name dropping Gotham, man. All is well.
In Gotham City. Go ahead.
As you were.
If you will.
The song itself, this one I didn't get who is the singer of this one. I would imagine it's Bruce. Still I keep Vicky waiting, It's tying into the fact that Bruce has to go be Batman, and Vicky has to wait for him, I think of it as like, when she comes into the Batcave, when Alfred lets her into the Batcave, and Batman is like, I have to go to work. It's that kind of thing. Like I
Just wait here.
Yeah,
I'll be back.
Vicky, wait. And the song itself was originally, it was like one of the songs that he had already written. And it was originally written for his then girlfriend something. There's a little murkiness there. Anna Fantastic. Anna Garcia, but he renamed her Anna Fantastic.
As one does when you run the revolution.
Yes. It was called Anna Waiting. But then he just changed it to Vicky Waiting for this. He's like, you know what? You know that song that I gave you? Because he wrote this and gave it to her for her 18th birthday.
Jesus
Which
Christ.
is, whoo, Prince, come on, man.
Good God.
Yeah.
Talk about grooming.
Dude.
I hate to say, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I
know.
didn't mean to, I'm sorry.
Totally, dude. It's,
first thought I had.
There's like an epidemic of rock stars, especially back then, just writing songs about underage girls or doing stuff with underage girls.
Well, you can respect a song like Stacy's Mom.
You got to go the other way, man.
You got to go the other way. It's kind of nuts though. But you got to imagine too. He's he probably did record that song.
Yeah.
Anna's Waiting. Like he probably did. That's
Yeah,
that's got to exist
demo,
somewhere.
yeah, a demo of him.
It exists.
Yeah,
But
keep
it's
Anna
cool that he
Waiting.
was able to
And
recycle it, I guess, for a
also
different purpose.
to bring it so close to the movie, like referencing Gotham. There's he doesn't reference the Joker.
Gotham City.
He doesn't mention the Joker,
Uh.
but he does say whatever floats this Joker's boat is whatever this Joker can bang.
Whatever he can bang, eh?
Whatever he can bang, man. That's what
That
this
was
Joker.
definitely plucked from the original demo as well.
And the the lyrics talk about just like a relationship where there's stuff in the way of them getting together, just like there's something in the way between Bruce and Vicky really getting together. So
like my emotional distance with, committing to a relationship,
yes. Yes, your cold detachment.
or yes, or in this case, originally, the thing that was stopping Prince from Anna was the
law.
The law.
Batman. He was there. He was waiting. Do something.
Do some, Batman. I have done nothing wrong. Well, yeah. It's one of those unexpected, like, enjoyable tracks to get into.
Definitely,
as well.
man. This is another one that grew
different.
on me. I used to like skip it all the time, and then as I kept listening to it more and more, it's very much a pop song. It's not it's not so funky or anything like Party Man or Electric Chair or some other songs coming up, but it's very poppy. It's very it's almost like Raspberry Beret, like that kind of feeling to me, or that kind of style of Prince's writing, because Prince can write those funk songs, he can write these ballads, he can write this kind of pop song. It's cool, man. All is well in Gotham City.
That's all I got. I just love that part. It's great. It's great. Following that, though, is one of the absolute dopest tracks on the album. Mm-hmm. Trust.
Who do ya
trust?
Yeah.
Who do you really want to trust?
Hubba, hubba, hubba. Money, money, money. Who do you trust?
Another song that actually does fit the movie.
Yeah.
For a weird way.
Yeah.
It's this big parade. Mm-hmm. It's the Joker making this grand entrance at the Gotham City Bicentennial event. He's giving away $20 million. He's just a spectacle.
Yeah.
And it just fits.
Yeah, totally, man.
And the song is like, somehow, even though like lyrically, it's like the song is just so directly. I think. I mean, I have to ask. That's another Joker one, right?
Yeah, it's another Joker one.
I mean, it goes really well because
It does.
He's duping these people, and
totally.
He's asking them who do they trust. Like,
Yeah.
Clearly, even obviously following the whole grand thing of the scene where when he's done, he's actually on the mic talking about that. He's literally asking, who do you trust? I'm giving you money.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna do anything bad to you.
Yeah, and he's just issued this challenge to Batman
publicly.
So there is this like, who do you trust, me or Batman? And obviously Joker's line, he's talking about, I've taken off my makeup, when he's actually put on makeup.
Right.
And yeah, man, it's great.
I mean, that's something I would love to further explore too, because it's a great scene. That whole the whole lead up to the big final battle between Joker and Batman at the end of this movie is excellent, because it brings Batman to the public,
Right?
more.
Yeah.
Like he, I think up to that point of him doing the TV ad, Batman's a myth.
Yeah.
Like, he's just a little rumor. Like, these guys are seeing a giant bat.
Yeah, these guys are drinking Drano.
Right. I think you're full of shit, Docs.
These two slipped on a banana peel.
And, and then, so to lead up into this, and then, you've got Joker, who is publicly looking a little bit better, even though he just got, done poisoning people with their home products. So the song is just so apropos, because it's, it's him asking the question to people, and the song is just playing along with that. It's just, it's cool. It's great. And it's a great song. It's fun.
It is great. Yeah, one of those funky party songs again that I love it, man.
Who do you?
Woo. And that guitar part.
Trust.
Yeah.
And just Nicholson going with it too. He's just like
so great.
The hand, I mean, they had to have timed the song.
Yeah.
I don't know how they could have done that, though.
I don't know how
'cause
they could have done it too. Maybe they were playing a different song, like that's kind of
I
at the
think when
similar
Prince-
tempo.
I mean, Prince must have made the song for the scene, right? Because it's just it
Well,
fits so perfectly when he's
Yeah,
recording
he
it.
may have. So I had heard too that like he wrote a song called 200 Balloons that I think was
Right,
for that
yeah.
scene, but Tim Burton didn't want to use that, and then they used Trust. But maybe I can't really remember how 200 Balloons goes, but maybe there's similar tempos or something like that, and they
Yeah.
can just sync up those hits, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah, the 200 balloons kind of goes with the fact that it's the 200th bicentennial.
Yeah,
you know,
he's
the
using
event.
balloons
Yeah,
to-
exactly. Yeah.
yeah.
Where's my balloons? Don't anybody tell me he had one of those things? No, but Trust is such a fun track.
Yeah,
It's
man.
still like, yeah, it's fun. It's a great song. It fits where it fits,
Yeah.
and I mean, I don't know. He made it work for the scene.
Yeah, man. Totally.
So next up, we got Lemon Crush.
Lemon Crush.
This was not featured in the movie, unfortunately. Although I would have voted for it. It's a fun song.
It's a very fun song, man. This is one of my top ones, I think. This one is attributed to Vicky in the liner notes. A thirsty song from Vicky. Just wanted to get that.
I mean, lemons do make you pretty thirsty, and quite parched.
I ain't talking about that kind of thirst.
Oh,
Oh, God damn.
my God.
My God. Let's see here. Yeah, every time you kiss me, that's
Oh, every time you kiss me.
Every time you kiss me, lemon crush. Nay, I can't resist thee. Lemon crush. Every time you do me, such a rush. Ooh, it goes right through me. Lemon crush.
I can see why that's not in the movie.
There's another lyric in here that I love. That Prince goes, when I'm working at my job, I'm the victim. You're the robber. Lemon crush.
I mean, this might be the most sexual song of them all,
Hey man, Vicky wants that D, that bat D.
dude. Every time you do me,
Such a rush.
every time you get right through me. Oh my
Yeah,
God,
man.
dude, that bat D, bruh. That's sexual. It's a fun song though.
Yeah, man.
Give it a listen. It's good. I guess I can now see, having gotten more of the lyrics, verify that it's definitely not a Batman worthy entry of sorts. Oh my God. Following that though, Scandalous, talking about you and me,
Yeah.
marvelous, and you think me.
That's exactly what he says. He goes,
I ain't good at this. Y'all should know by now. This is a train wreck of me trying to sing that. You're the one supposed to lead this anyway. It's not me. But Scandalous, dude. Scandalous, co-written by Prince and John L. Rogers, his father.
the daddy man.
That's right. The original Prince Rogers, actually.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Are you just saying yes, or are you agreeing with me that you know this fact?
Yes. No, yeah, I did find out that he co-wrote this with his dad.
Yeah.
I don't know
Much about his dad?
much about his dad. I don't know much about this collaboration between him and his dad. Like if they just wrote the music and then he came up with those lyrics, or if it was something that they wrote together when he was younger, and then he's like repurposing it. Because I know that he also like tried to help his dad later on like release some music.
Yeah, so I don't know the full story on that, but I think a bit of where Prince's name came from was his father's stage name was Prince Rogers.
Damn.
So I think
that I did not know.
Yeah, I caught a little bit of that, but yeah, I mean it's kind of cool. You know, he got to co-write a song with his dad. I don't know if they've done more work after this or beforehand, but it's kind of cool that it's featured in a movie. Yeah, this was played at the end credits of Batman. And also another track where I would say it does not necessarily. I mean, once again, I think the majority of the songs, when you think about it really hard, shouldn't be in a Batman movie. This is definitely one of them. But man, what a nice slow track.
This is a great song, and either Danny Elfman use part of this song or Prince used part of this song from Danny Elfman's score.
Yeah,
because
there's
the do 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 that part. Come
closer. Oh,
closer. Yes. It's great, and either way, it's like very cool. Like I for some reason I want to say Danny Elfman used that in the score, but maybe not.
I'm willing
Because maybe
to.
he was working on that score before Prince got a hold of, or I should say, before he got offered like making the album.
Because one of the things that sold the studio on Danny Elfman was the Batman March,
Right.
and I would imagine that he was already working on the rest of this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess that would require a little bit further research. We can definitely get back to the Syndicate on that one.
Definitely.
But I mean, you can definitely hear the tones on this song and just with Danny Elfman's music during those somber moments with Vicky and Bruce.
Yeah.
But it works.
Yeah.
And this is just a very sweet song.
Yeah.
This is definitely something you should slow dance to somebody with.
This
you know?
this is actually a super sexy song. it's
That's
more
what
than
makes it
sweet,
so
you know.
Sweet.
So
Sweet, 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 sweet. Sweet, can't.
Mr. Simpson, please.
No. No.
This song is attributed to Batman. I'm guessing he is singing this to Vicky about. I gotta tell you,
It doesn't make any sense. Batman, I understand Bruce, but Batman.
It's Batman. Because Batman, I don't know, maybe because Batman is more sexual.
He's already got the rubber on.
He's got the rubber on. He's kinky, you know. This song is like if Prince has made a sexier song, I don't think I've heard it because like, you know, I don't know the whole catalog, Prince's all of his songs. But this one, pretty damn sexy, man.
I want to put a challenge out there. If you, the listener, believe that Prince has a sexier song than Scandalous, we
Yeah.
challenge you to share that with us.
I mean, you might say Darling Nikki, but I don't know, man. This is like the shit that you put on to get down, you know what I mean?
You know it's a real sexy song?
What?
When Doves Cry. No, not really. It's not a sexy song.
Because when I make love, it sounds like doves crying. Because I start crying.
I just can't. Come on, man. You had to sell that for me? Come on.
This song, Prince put out an EP of this song where he extended it, made an 18-minute version of it.
Damn.
And called it the Scandalous Sex Suite.
Yeah.
So it's this song that's expanded out to 18 minutes, and then I think a song called Sex, and a song called
Sweet.
When Two Are in Love, I believe. The extended version of Scandalous that's on that album has a lot of Kim Basinger in like just a talking role. She's just like her and Prince kind of talk. Her and Prince kind of talk about.
She's recording with Prince for this one.
She's recording with Prince. They
On the sex
they have
suite.
like lines back and forth. Yeah, and you know it's the stuff of like basically Prince trying to get her into bed. You know, like she comes over to his house and she's like, "Oh, this is nice," and he's like, "Oh, why don't you come into my bedroom?" He's like, "Well, what's in there?" Me. Oh, it's like it's stuff like that.
Dude,
And,
he did it. He sealed it.
There is the rumor
This was
that
all business.
the only reason I'm making
now.
this song is to get with Kim Basinger. Because there's a rumor that him and Kim Basinger had a fling around this time, and there's also a rumored story of during the recording of this something between Kim and Prince in the studio and a jar of honey on the mixing console.
Sounds dangerous,
So,
honestly.
put that together however you will. You let your imagination roam with that.
That is pretty wild.
Yeah.
I have honey close to that electricity.
Oh my God. It's going to ruin that mixing console.
Hey, who left the Who left a jar of honey here? This is some good honey.
Why the hell are these faders all sticky?
Some good honey,
This is
man.
natural honey.
Oh my God.
Yeah, man. It's and there's like, if this is Kim, sounds of her being pleased. Yeah, man. It's there. It's a song you don't want to listen to in public. You know what I mean? Like, make sure you got headphones on when you're listening to this song. But it's also just cool. This extended version of it has a really cool guitar solo. There's a really cool kind of chord progression that gets kind of dissonant and odd sounding, and it all comes back together. It's great, man.
It's a good track, and that's some baby making music, man.
Totally baby making music.
Yeah. Go out there and make babies, guys. Get yourselves the Scandalous Sex Suite.
Man, make some bat babies.
Yeah. God, it is a great song, and it's once again, it does not have any business belonging to a Batman movie, nor should it be featured in, of all things, the end credits. But it works.
Also, this is one of the other ones that has a video to it.
Oh yeah.
Very simple video, just Prince.
Kim Basinger, Honey.
No, just Prince.
Just Prince.
Prince just feeling himself up, and microphone, just singing into a microphone, feeling himself up. Red sleeveless outfit, and just basically Prince just performing with nothing else.
It works.
Feeling himself up.
It works, Daddy.
Yeah. Fits the song.
God, the most sexual being on the planet making this album for one of the greatest superheroes ever written. What a combination.
Yeah.
What a combination. Although, you know what, though? Let's be real. Bruce Wayne is a sexual creature of the night.
Yeah, I always felt like Bruce sublimated all his sexual urges into crime fighting.
Yeah, but, comparing him to, other heroes, dude got around.
That's true. Silver St. Cloud.
Julie Madison.
Vicky Vale.
Selena Kyle. Jezebel Jet.
Jezebel Jet, damn. Talia al Ghul.
Wonder Woman.
Ooh, Wonder Woman, damn.
Yeah, Rachel Dawes, maybe.
Yeah, did they ever seal that deal?
God, I'm going to pretend that while they were in high school, they went to prom, and that night they probably did it. I don't know. That never really got clarified.
Chase?
Oh, yeah.
Chase Meridian?
Hell yeah.
There you go, man. But I mean, actual that we would know. Shane's getting lost in his fantasies over here.
Hold me closer. I'm feeling myself.
I feel it.
I feel it.
He's turning into Prince in the Scandalous video.
Oh God, I love it. I love it. Yeah, he can bang, dude. He's got it, man. He's good. But moving on to last, but certainly not least, the #1 American single here. Prince's 4th #1 American single at that in his entire run in his career. I'm talking about Bat Dance. Bat Dance.
Oh, we got a live one here.
Oh.
This one
was some of the smile.
Yeah, go with a smile. Vicky Vale. This one's tough for me, man. This one is I don't know. It's at the end of the.
It's not featured in the movie.
That's true. It's not.
It's not. It's just a hit, man.
It's just a hit. He basically took a bunch of clips from the movie and layered them in over some beats that he made.
It works, or at least it worked.
Yeah.
I should say.
I mean, it went to #1. It's very odd. It's not a song.
Video too.
It's not really a song.
No,
there's no
just
lyrics.
A remix.
Yeah, there's no lyrics. There's no singing. It's just these disparate pieces of music that Prince kind of just stitches together. There is one really cool part in it though that I love, and it's the Vicky Vale part. Ooh yeah. Oh yeah. I want to bust that body. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I want to bust that body right now. It's so good, man.
Oh God.
That section of it.
it's just, is there not a song on here in which he wants to just have sex?
He wants to bust that body.
Wants to bust that body. What else do you think that could mean? What else could that even mean?
Wants to bust that body right.
Oh, dude. But it's fun. It's a fun music video. The whole music video, it's him doing the Gemini thing where he's dressed half Joker and kind of half Batman without the mask portion of it.
Yeah.
And you got very similar. You got like a plethora of people dressed up as Jokers and Batman, and it's just this wild choreographed event.
Yeah.
It's fun. And
Very
the
fun.
whole song is just fun.
One thing that I noticed watching the video again is there's a section where like, you know, a line of Vicky Vales come in. And
yeah, he wants to bust
he wants to bust that body.
Bust that body, right.
One of the Vicky Vales.
Gosh, this is what I'm going to do now. This is how I'm going to portray. Oh, God. Hey, baby, I want to bust that body. Right.
That's what she says. Right. There's a...
bury me deep. Bury me softly, brother.
These Vicky Vales come in. One of the Vicky Vales has a shirt that says, "All this and brains too," which is a possible reference to The Dark Knight Returns. Because in The Dark Knight Returns, one of the newscasters has a shirt that says "All this and brains too." Kind of a cool little Easter egg in the video, you know?
Yeah, I mean, coincides with two different aspects of this. One, Prince is a Batman fan. Two, The Dark Knight Returns was one of the primary inspirations for the tone that Batman 89 took. And between that and The Killing Joke, those were like the two bigger like comic book inspirations for the story and the tone and a lot of the ideas that Tim Burton and the writers and everybody else that were on the creative end of it kind of took from. So that's really fascinating. I just kind of also look at it from that little detail that Prince is more of a diehard at that time than we probably knew.
Right, yeah. He was probably given that as like one of the inspirations. Maybe he's like, hey, here's the movie, and then here's like some of the material that has been inspiring the movie, you know?
God damn, I've loved it. But yeah, Bad Dance, one of the biggest hits that Prince had in his entire career. Boy, I can only wonder, what point of view does this come from?
Batman.
It's the Bat Dance. Where else does it come from?
Exactly.
Jesus Christ.
That's the album right there.
That's the album, guys.
Go ahead. I was gonna say one thing I found that was very interesting in my research for this is I found an article of somebody that decided to make a synopsis of the movie based just on the Prince album. So just taking the lyrics from the Prince album, the songs from the Prince album, decided to try to figure out, okay, what's the plot of this movie that Prince is singing about in here? If you will permit me the time, I like to try to summarize this for you because it's pretty funny and pretty wild.
All right, you know what? Be my guest.
All right,
guys, here we go.
All right, so let's see if I can do this here. So in this particular version of Batman, he has a superpower where he can see the future. And he can kind of see everybody's future crimes. He is taking people out on the streets. There is a drug called Yellow Smiley that will turn into Lemon Crush. This Yellow Smiley is a hallucinogenic that will make you see even more into the future, and he's afraid if he takes it, he's going to go crazy because he already has these premonitions.
He's a precog.
He's a precog. He has to fight the Party Man. Not Joker, the Party Man.
The Party Man.
The Party Man. And he comes across Party Man at one point, and Party Man sings pretty much Electric Chair to him, saying, "If you know all my future crimes," because he can see into the future, then give me the electric chair, you know? Even though I haven't committed any of these crimes, who are you to tell me that, you know, I've committed these crimes? He then fights with Party Man. Party Man goes on to do all these crimes, trying to, I guess, you know, fight Batman and you know, just be the Party Man. And one of the ironic things is that sometimes Batman causes these future crimes that he sees. You know, if he didn't go after Party Man, these crimes that Party Man, they don't go into what crimes Party Man has committed, but any crimes,
atrocious crimes. Let's just assume that.
If we go by that video, he murdered all these people at a party.
Oh yeah, that's right. Murder.
And Batman comes to the idea that what he has to do is try to fly out to the arms of Orion, whip back around, and if he can do that, he can maybe go back in time to before he meets Party Man and stop himself from doing this. But he doesn't make it. He crashes into the Sea of Tranquility. And there he is running out of air in his bat shuttle. He calls Vicky to say goodbye or to try to soothe her in maybe possibly losing him, and tells her that he is sorry for making her wait. Sorry for keeping Vicky waiting. He finally repairs his ship somehow, comes back to Earth, and here Party Man has now taken over, like the city, and is done even more atrocities. He comes back, and Party Man tells him, "You know what your problem is, Batman? You don't trust. You got no trust.
You ain't got no trust,
You
Batman.
ain't got no trust. You ain't got no trust, Jack." So he offers to give Batman the lemon crush. He's finally refined the yellow smiley into lemon crush. He somehow aerosolizes the lemon crush, and it sends Batman into hallucinated state, where he's seeing all these. He thought it was going to make him see all these future crimes and just go crazy seeing too much stuff. But really, what it does is it takes that away from him, and he becomes only worried about what's happening in the moment. He becomes almost like Party Man. He's only there living for the moment, He finally figures out, I'm trying to think here. I forget how Scandalous works into it. But eventually, Batman figures out, in order to get out of the trance of the lemon crush, he must do the Bat Dance. And the Bat Dance is a special form of like Tai Chi, of martial art that like centers him, and he can purge the lemon crush from his body. And once he does that, he's able to subdue the Party Man. The end.
That's the end of Batman, the album.
That's the end of Batman, the album. There's more. There's more to it. This is a very condensed version that I just gave, and I'm probably missing some stuff here. I found this article on the website Gizmodo, and it's by Charlie Jane Anders that wrote it. This is back in, I think, 2013, it looks like. And it's called "The Synopsis of Tim Burton's Batman, based only on the Prince soundtrack."
That was something else. And even on paper, it sounds awful. I'm sorry.
After reading it in the article, because there's more stuff about like seeing the future and all this like kind of philosophical stuff, I was like, after reading it, I was like, this sounds like a Grant Morrison comic.
Yeah.
There's very not connected things that kind of, to me, like kind of sound cool. But when you put them all together, it just makes not a whole lot of sense.
It's a fucking mess, man. It's a fucking mess. That's what that was. I mean, it's ambitious. I'm glad that somebody created that. I'm glad that somebody was able to do that. You said Charles Anders?
Yeah, it's Charlie Jane Anders.
Sorry, Charlie Jane Anders.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm glad they took the time to develop this, but it's terrifying and it's awful. Yeah. And but at the same time, I mean,
it's also tongue in cheek. This is all. It's like it's supposed to be funny.
Right. No. Yeah, I'm not trying to like completely dump all over this guy's thing. I know he's obviously having fun with it because listen, that's the whole thing about this album. I mean, when you think about that, once again, it's a Batman movie. Mm-hmm. With a lot of music featuring Prince.
Yeah.
A whole album dedicated to Batman made by Prince. Mm-hmm. 33 years later, and it still shouldn't make any sense. And it still doesn't. It doesn't make any sense, but it exists. It's here.
great. It's lovely.
It's a beautiful world. It is a beautiful world we live in which one of the hottest movies of all time, Batman, starring Michael Keaton, Jack Nicholson, and Kim Basinger, has directed by Tim Burton. Has an album made by Prince dedicated to this movie. It's insane. It's an insane thing to say out loud over and over and over again. It shouldn't make any sense. It really truly doesn't. But at the same time, it's a time capsule of an album. It's music in which I would say is an acquired taste. I would have to admit that, because it's not like something that caught my ear the first time I heard it.
Yeah.
Except for when I'm watching the movie. And even then, it's not like the movie made me want to go and listen to the album.
Yeah.
I mean, that's something I had to like grow into, because I'm a kid watching this movie. I didn't care about the music per se, except for like the Danny Elfman themes.
Right.
But like, I'm not going to go and seek out Prince growing up.
Right.
I mean, that's not something my mom or anybody else was like, there's this artist who I like listening to who made an album dedicated to the movie. Like, that was never presented to me.
Yeah.
So to grow up and to eventually discover this sort of, rediscover it, so to speak, through our friendship and just in general, the habit, that being a habit at this point to like get, put on something good and to put on something that I think is good now.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's just. So yeah, to see for even tongue in cheek, it's like, even though someone did all the work to like legitimize a story out of it, it's as ridiculous as the idea itself. So no, kudos. It's a lot of work. That was great. At the same time, it's just terrifying, terrifyingly bad, because it really, like, how do you make sense out of all this?
Yeah.
But at the same time, when you boil down the themes, as we did when we went down all the tracks, as you said, like, this is the point of view of this character. This represents the themes, the ideas, and the guy's watching rough cuts of this movie, and he's just trying to like get inspiration. You know,
and the fact that he was able to take it and actually link these songs in with the themes and stuff that he normally goes and sings about. So like the future being about good versus evil and trying to become a better person, linking it with his Christianity that he still, kind of is on and off with. He has, Kevin Smith had once described it as being, he has 1 foot in the profane and 1 foot in the sacred. So a lot of his work has to do with that. And we get a lot of that in these songs,
Yeah, that's true. David, I think it's time, though. We got to rank these things.
Oh,
man.
God damn.
You want to go first?
Yeah, let me see if I can do this. I got the list here in front of me. I got the list of the track listing,
we're winging our ranks of the songs on the Batman album.
Here we go. All right, I'm gonna go from worst to first.
Ooh, I was thinking about doing the same thing, so it's official. Man. We're doing worst to first.
Worst to first. So, bottom of the barrel, a little tough for me. If you asked me 2 or 3 weeks ago, I would have said most definitely Arms of Orion. However, after having shotgun this thing into my veins almost exclusively over the last like 3 or 4 weeks, it's got to be Bat Dance, because I usually get to the end of the album and I'm just like, I'm done. I can't listen to Bat Dance. The thing is, Bat Dance doesn't have any hooks, not enough hooks for me to listen to. I got one section that I really like. I got that Vicky Vale section. That's great, but nothing else really like hits me. There's a guitar solo in it that's, whatever. It's cool. Whatever, it's Prince. It's always going to be cool. But yeah, it just doesn't hit me. Next is going to be Arms of Orion. Number 9 is Arms of Orion, or whatever it is. I don't know.
It's like 9 tracks total.
9 tracks. So there we go. Number 9 is Bat Dance. Number 8, Arms of Orion. Then after that, I'm going to put, this is tough. I think I'm going to get Vicky Waiting. Number 7. Vicky Waiting, number 7. I'm going to put Trust right after that.
Okay.
At 6.
Okay.
I'm going to put Scandalous, number 5. And then I'm going to hit us with The Future. That's right.
Number 4 is The
Future?
Future?
Number 4 is The Future.
Oh, my.
Top 3 here.
Here we go.
Here we
Meat
go.
Potatoes.
Top 3. I got Lemon Crush. Number 3.
That was a struggle. I could
That
see.
was a struggle. I had to find out. I couldn't remember if I put Scandalous in there somewhere. I've already said Scandalous.
I was gonna say you got Scandalous rank already lower. So
Yeah.
that's wild.
I got Lemon Crush, number 3. Number 2, Party Man.
Oh, all right.
Leaves us with number 1. Fuck, I messed this up. Somewhere I messed up.
That means Electric Chair's number 1.
Electric Chair is number 1. Where did I put the Future?
Much lower.
Did I?
Yeah. I
Okay.
should've been
Yeah, that's right. I did.
Yeah.
I've already forgotten what I did. All right.
Yeah.
I fucked up the build up on that one. Here we go. Number 1, Electric Chair.
All right. Wow. Electric Chair. That does
Electric
it.
Chair is number 1, man. I love
that
it.
does it.
That's great.
Okay.
It's a rocker. It's funky.
Yeah.
It does it all, man.
Okay.
Got great lyrics. I love the lyrics.
Yeah. Well, I did not see that coming for you. I thought Arms Orion was going to be advancing much higher up there now since you've been listening to it so much. I really thought that was going to get up there now that you've turned a new leaf on it. Oh, wow. That is a I did not predict some of the bigger songs to be where they were placed on your list.
Yeah.
So, wow. Well, my turn, and it's a much better ranking.
Oh, damn.
Getting fucked, buddy. Number 9. Right where it belongs. I'm talking about the Arms of Orion.
The Arms of Orion are at the bottom of the list.
How dare you?
Indeed.
It's the bottom of the list. All right, man. It stays there, dude. It is staying there. Number 8.
That's where I wanna
Son of a
be.
bitch. Number 8. Vicky Waiting.
All right. Mm-hmm. Keep her waiting down at that.
Keep her waiting.
Toward the bottom of the list.
She stay where she belongs. Number 7 will be I'm gonna have to throw down number 7's gonna be Lemon Crush.
Oh, number 7's Lemon Crush.
Number 7 is Lemon Crush.
All right. Mm-hmm. Well, that's one of those ones that we would pop on the car and love it, man. But
yeah, I love it. It's just it's ranked where it's ranked. It's ranked where it's my list.
It's my list.
My list, brother.
Get your fingers out of my list, brother.
So where am I at number 7?
Yeah, that's number 7.
All right, cool. Number 6 is Electric Chair.
Electric Chair. All
That's
right.
where I'm placing Electric Chair.
Wow.
Yeah. Let's see. Where am I at here? So I just want to make sure I keep
6.
track.
Yeah.
So number 9, Arms of Orion. Number 8 is Vicky Waiting. Number 7 is what am I at? Lemon Crush.
Yeah.
Number 6 is Electric Chair.
Electric Chair. That's
All right.
number 5.
Number 5 is Bat Dance.
Oh, Bat Dance at number 5.
Nice and like
Right
right in the middle,
there.
right in the
Yeah.
middle, right in the middle. So boom. It's because it's like it's good. It really is. But the next 4 are just better. Speaking of which,
Number 4.
number 4 is going to be. Just want to make sure I read it right here because we're winging it. We're assholes that way apparently. Just want to make sure. Boom. Okay. Number 4 is going to be. There we go. Okay. The future.
Think about the future.
Think about the future. That's number 4. The future. It's good. It's low key. Like it's a good opening track.
Yeah.
So it hits you. It's just fun. It's a fun one, but it definitely deserves in my top 4.
Top 4.
Yeah.
Top 3 here.
Here we go. Top 3.
We got a live one here.
Yeah, a live one here. Number 3 is Scandalous.
Ooh, yeah.
Scandalous.
I would definitely.
Well, you can't now.
See, I mean, I can't
You
agree
can't
with
now.
you because I put it where I put it, but I also forgot where I put Scandalous because as I got to the top of the list, I was like, should Scandalous be up here?
Dude, I'm surprised. I thought Scandalous would have been a little bit higher up for you, but that's.
Did I put Scandalous above or below the future?
I want to say. Oh man, I want to say above the future. Ooh,
I've already forgotten what my list, what my ranking was.
So terrible. That's what we get for winging it.
You ask me again. If I do my ranking again right
gonna
now, it's going to be different.
yeah. No dice. I already feel pretty confident because we're doing it reverse. I was prepared for best to worst.
Oh,
so,
okay, yeah.
Speaking of which, number 2, Trust.
Ooh.
Hubba hubba hubba. Money. Who do you trust? Me? I made Trust number 2. And where is Trust on David's list?
It's down on number 5 or something. I don't know. I forgot.
Something like that. And then number 1, Party Man.
Party Man.
Party Man. Party Man. Ranked at number 1.
like
Right where
nobody
it should.
can.
Like no David didn't.
Yeah, dude.
Rules and regulations. David's prejudice nation. Fuck my lyrics.
My goodness.
I'm terrible at this. Yeah, dude.
I respect that ranking, my friend.
Thank you.
That's good.
Get dunked. You got bad taste. I always knew it.
Even though we both love this album, you love it in a worse way than I do.
We both love this album, but I love it more. That's probably not true. We both love it as the ways we do in an equal manner.
That's right.
Because we're friends.
That's right. Friends who love Batman.
That's right.
And Prince.
Much like Prince, I am spent on all of this hot action of talking about music. Guys, that was it. That was the Prince Batman album. We went through a lot of stuff there. I mean, if you're still with us, I hope you've had a good run. I hope also you've been doing this for like hours because you would stop and like
listen to the songs,
check out the music videos.
This is really a companion piece, you know? It's like a commentary on the album.
It's a very interactive edition of the Chemical Syndicate. You know.
Also, we thought this was going to be a shorter one. Ended up being another longer one.
Yeah, you know, the theme is it's like we keep thinking to ourselves, oh, this will be a quick one to talk about, and then we keep like discovering fun facts and things, and our opinions kind of go wild. And I mean, come on, we're talking about Prince. You know,
we're talking about Prince.
God rest his soul. The man, you know, has a body of work that just goes deeper than anything else. And this was one of the prized, like, you know, I'd say one of the prized kind of pieces of art that he put together.
Yeah.
So it deserves a little more time, a little more affection, a little more focus. Yeah. And I'm glad that we were able to put a little more of a highlight on this album. If you truly have not, you know, even though we joke like, hey, pause, listen to this, go see this. You know, even if you haven't done all that, that's whatever, that's fine. We're goofing with you. But really, you should go out of your way to check this album out. It deserves a listen. You know, I know growing up, if you're of our age group or if you're a little bit younger, whatever the case may be, I mean, this is some really different and diverse music. I mean, Prince was an artist. Prince was a very, I wouldn't say avant-garde, but the man did different things to do something for the sake of being different than his previous work. And not in an obnoxious way.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. Always want to be different. Always want to be unique, you know?
Yeah.
Push the envelope.
And I mean, that's very much Prince. And this album is a complete representation of that. You don't have like the Beatles going out there having done like an entire James Bond album or some nonsense like that. I mean, this is obscure. Yeah. It's one of the most obscure facts. Once again, it is a movie about Batman in the 80s. And Prince made a whole album dedicated to that movie.
What more do you want?
What more could you have asked for? I mean, nobody asked for that, but I here we are.
He gave it to us.
Yeah, and 30 some odd years later, here we are looking back on it, talking about it. We hope that the love and affection that we have shown towards this music has reached you guys. Once again, go out of your way, listen to it, check it out, look it up, read some articles. I mean, it's very fascinating stuff.
There's a ton of them out there, especially like ones going back and reconsidering, you know, the Prince Batman album. Especially like around the time that he died. I think there was I saw a bunch of articles that would go over that album. You know, a lot of people going over, you know, Purple Rain and his more popular albums, but or more, I guess, noted albums.
Yeah,
and
I mean popular. Yeah.
And this one is sometimes overlooked, but I think the songs on it are just as good as any songs that he's written. You know.
And if you're a fan of the movie, you'll know which ones stand out. Yeah. And you'll know which ones are probably the most attractive. I mean, it probably goes without saying, like when you watch the art museum scene with the Joker, or even the Joker at the Bicentennial, or just sitting through the credits and listen to Scandalous. I mean, you've got options of like music within the movie that were featured heavily and in a big way. So it really is a landmark album. It's one of the most brilliant pieces of marketing that Warner Brothers put together at the time to help promote the movie. And it gave Prince, you know, an opportunity to earn some extra cash that was much needed after some of his other projects and other failed works, so to speak. So it's just such an incredible story, and it came together so well. It's so obscure. It's so different. It's weird. It's Batman.
Yeah.
The album by Prince.
There it is.
Boom. David,
Let's broaden our minds.
What is coming up in the next episode for the Syndicate to listen into?
Next time you hear us talking, we are going to be talking about Stan Lee. And how does that relate to Batman? Stan Lee's a Marvel guy.
Yeah, but just imagine Stan Lee's Batman.
Whoa, I'm imagining it right now. I wonder what it will look like. I guess we'll have to tune in.
Tune in to the Chemical Syndicate when we review and discuss Just Imagine Stan Lee's Batman. That's the actual title of it's a comic. It's a comic line.
Just imagine.
Just imagine.
Your boys talking about Just Imagine Stan Lee's Batman.
That's right, guys. We are going to be discussing the Just Imagine line of books that came out back in the early 2000s when Stan Lee worked with DC to reimagine in his version such iconic characters. More importantly, for the sake of our podcast, Batman. So tune in. It's going to be exciting. It's very weird. I mean, if you've never dived into that, well, we'll dive into it for you and go in great depth as best as we can. It's something else. But tune in for that. It's going to be awesome. David, where can everybody find us on social media? Because we're up on that.
We're all on the social medias.
Yeah, Little Caesars gave us a shout out over the Batman calzone.
That's right, man. How was that, by the way?
It was delicious, dude. I was actually gonna say we should go get one right now, but I felt bad getting it without you. But I'm like, I really got to try this.
Yeah, dude.
And more importantly, I'm one of those weirdos where I wanted to get a clean box.
They didn't give you a clean box.
They did.
But
whoa! They did. Well, because to them, apparently
that's awesome.
It's just like it's that time where they're using the box not just for the calzone, but they're using it for like all their other pizzas. And so I told her like, oh hey, look, I'm gonna buy the calzone, but also I'm willing to pay extra for like a box. Like I'll buy like a regular hot and ready, but not really. Don't put a pizza in there.
Yeah, just you guys keep the pizza and you can.
And she looked at me really goofy, understandably so.
Yeah. Because I wonder how many people come in asking for just the box.
Nobody apparently. Yeah. I was like, it was just like a weird concept. She wasn't rude about it.
Yeah.
She was cool. She was fine. She was like looking at me funny, and I'm just like. Because I think she was more confused about why would I pay for a pizza and not get a pizza. Yeah. I'm just going to give you the box. I'm like, yeah, that's fine too.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to make this.
Trying to make it easier. Like
I was going to say, I'm trying not to make it weird, but
I guess you did make it weird.
I mean, it's unavoidable.
Yeah,
unavoidable.
There's no way to not make it weird by saying, "Hey, can I get one of these boxes?"
But she gave me the box.
And you did it, man.
Yeah, I don't know. So I'm kind of like likening this situation to, 30 years ago when a Batman or Batman Returns or Batman Forever, like, you get little weird niche products like that.
Yeah.
There's something about it where I was just like, I want to get a box, a clean box of the Batman calzone from Little Caesars Pizza.
Yeah.
But we made a nice little post kind of just sort of showcasing like, hey, man, this is good. I enjoy it. I enjoy Little Caesars every once in a blue moon. And that was a delicious thing. And they gave us a nice little shout out. So,
yeah.
But you know where they found us?
Where? Oh, wait. I got to tell you.
This is your bit, man. This is your bit, man. This is your bit, brother. I don't take this one. This is all you, man.
So they found us by looking up Chem Syndicate. That's ChemSyndicate at all of our social media places. You can find us.
You can find us on Facebook. You can find us on the Twitter. You can find us on Instagram. You can find us on YouTube at Chem Syndicate, just like David said and spelled it out for you guys.
Yeah.
Find us, follow us, reach out to us. Hey, let us know how you feel about the Batman Prince album.
Let us know how you feel about the Little Caesars Batman calzone.
Yeah, like let's talk about that. I mean, that ain't gonna be out forever. It ain't gonna be out Batman forever here. So I mean, come on. Let us know what you think about the Batman Prince album. What's your favorite track off of that? What do you think about any of the songs? Guys, I love your opinions. I love your thoughts. Yeah. Share that with us. We want to hear it. We want to see it. And definitely let us know what you feel about the Batman calzone. Personally, I enjoyed it. Hopefully I can make David eat it here, and hopefully he'll like it too. Whatever. But join us next time here on the Chemical Syndicate. We're going to be talking about Just Imagine Stan Lee's Batman. Guys, take care. We love you. Thank you so much for your support. We look forward to talking about more Batman stuff with you.
Yeah, man.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.